zoning itself is a long tool that's been used in our country.
Yeah.
Since the probably early 90s, late 1800s, to
Sure.
help create opportunities of uses that are compatible or uses that are not compatible, and
Yeah.
and then how people can enjoy their properties. And so we as a county in unincorporated areas of our the jurisdiction of our zoning codes only apply in unincorporated county.
Sure.
The cities take care of their own codes, and so because that side of the county services of development services is strictly just unincorporated. So we've had a zoning code in the county since 50s, 60s, and then it revised in 70s, and revised in the 90s, and then revised in 2012. And we're here now. And so since 2012 till the start of the new kind of update process several years back, the amount of things that staff sees and our elected officials sees that are conflicting with how people want to enjoy their properties, we keep tallies of those things, because you can't do code updates every few months. It just becomes
a process. Yeah.
So we keep tally of all of these things that need to be improved and changed. And so once you get to a point where this is voluminous, let's do a major code update.
Yeah. So these tallies, are these coming from people giving you direct information, like people calling in, or
that they're having an issue with their property, whether it's setback issue or whether it's use issue, or elected officials have seen or heard from constituency that, hey, this is an interesting thing that these neighbors over here want to do. Why isn't this allowed over here? And that some of it comes from the state too, where the state can say that you have to allow certain uses, or you have to allow. Recently, I think last year or so, they said that every property of a certain size you have to allow a accessory dwelling, because they wanted to make accessory dwelling as an opportunity to help with housing.
Sure.
Which is
housing shortage. Yeah, right.
So state can sometimes dictate based on laws they pass, where then the cities and counties have to make changes to their regulations to accommodate for that. So it's a buildup of all these things.
Yeah.
Because it's so voluminous, we got some things wrong. We heard it loud and clear.
Basically, it'd been better if we'd had this conversation prior to all this, right?
Sure.
I mean, it's getting the information out to the people, and I understand how difficult that is. It's good that the people were heard, and that our elected officials, reacted in a way that I think was very positive. No matter what your take is on the issue, I think they heard the voices and said, no, this is the majority of what people want. We're gonna try something different. So with that, as a constituent, what's the best process that we can do to stay abreast of that and to help, I guess, steer the ship? I mean, what can we do to help this whole system?
Yeah, so our strategy right now is, with the action of the board, said, hey, suspend, terminate the code update process. That took place. We are going through some internal education process, so we need to get the board fully up to speed on the gravity of the different changes that were made, or the proposed changes. We're going to do stakeholder groups to get out in all 5 of the districts. It's going to take multiple meetings throughout all 5 districts, and the board will likely solicit stakeholders from their district to, hey, look, are you willing to assist in being the part of this group to vet drafts, different segments of it. And then we haven't made yet the decisions to just take the code piece by piece to the board for consideration, or in its entirety. that decision I think we'll make at a later point based on feedback we get, because even if we had a stakeholder group of 20 people in each district's, here's 400-page document, give me your feedback. That's not going to work. You got to take it section by section, and take time with it and get stakeholders' input.
What do you think about this piece? All right. So everybody's hearing that. If you're a stakeholder, do your job. We need this feedback.
I look at it from a standpoint of not that we got the public upset based on the past several months, what we had initially put out. I think that's great that they got engaged. And I'm hoping that engagement maintains as we go through the different revision process, and so it was although it was upsetting for them because it could have had an impact on their livelihood and their quality of life. I look at it as a standpoint, well, at least we got someone's attention to come out and be active, right?
Right. No, I totally agree with you. I think if nothing else, it was a wake-up call. We need these conversations to take place, and we have the technology now that makes it so easy.
And perhaps we use this forum as we develop drafts of the code to educate people.
Love it.
Yeah,
we'd love to help out any way we can.